Get that wiggle going.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monday night's Paranormal Question of the Day. We'll be right back right after a short message. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Question of the Day. We do live podcasts with live guests, live paranormal investigations as well. We do product reviews, so sit back, enjoy the channel, get popcorn, get a soda, and I'll see you soon. And we are back. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday. I know mine was a hectic one. It still is. That para hangover is never a fun time. Uh, had the weekend, 2 days at Edinburgh Manor. Um, Boy, let me tell you, it's going to be a wild story when I bring Small Town Paranormal on for a show. So tonight we have Dimensional Encounters Paranormal with us tonight. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Fantastic.
Paranormal hangover as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So where were you guys this weekend?
Mr. Bobby?
We're at the Argo Hotel. Absolutely amazing, gorgeous location.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
If you have a chance to go to the Argo Hotel,
You have a message. Sorry.
Oh, that's Denise.
Live.
Welcome, Denise.
Oh, sorry.
if you have an opportunity to go to the Argo Hotel, it is well worth the money. You have showers, you have breakfast in the morning.
Amazing food.
The amazing food. The owner is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
The whole place is just fantastic.
It's beautiful.
How
Very,
many
very
spirits
beautiful.
did you say is there?
Oh man.
A lot.
We don't
Yeah.
have
A lot.
enough fingers and toes put together to count the spirits that are there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it one of those where it gets cold and then they had to put the bodies in the basement until it warmed up to bury them?
They've had that. They've had, if you watch the TV show, they gave kind of a partial. I don't want to give away everything that's on there, but
Right.
according to the TV show, which I'm not going to totally agree with, but there were some things that were happening there. Small town doctors. Back in the day, they were doing what we would call experimental surgeries and stuff like that. Back then,
Treatments.
what's that?
Experimental treatments and stuff.
Yeah, and back then, I mean, it was going on worldwide, so it's not anything that was out of the ordinary. It's just because it was a small town.
Yep.
Would that be saying that correctly, Bobby?
Oh yeah. No, it's an amazing place. And we also don't want to give away too much because we want you guys to go experience yourself because it is beautiful there.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's incredible. Her and her daughter are just
Jennifer,
incredible hosts.
Maisie or Mazzy?
Mazzy.
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 Yeah, both. And then she had two friends that came out to help take care of us and everything. Miss Kim and Mandy. Absolutely great service while we were there. I mean, I felt spoiled. I wanted to move in.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me free, I'll pay rent. We're good to go. You know.
Right.
How many floors?
Was there?
There's
How many
three floors.
3 floors? Okay.
Three floors.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool. We both had good
Yeah,
weekends, and that's a good start for a Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Denise Flood. Hello.
So hopefully others will join in tonight. So normally I'm on BB3 TV's Facebook page. For some reason I can't get into it. So we are on BB3 TV's YouTube page, and we are on MGS Paranormal YouTube page and Paranormal Brew on Facebook. So for those of you who are just joining late, that's where we are at. So we got the Midwest, we got the East Coast, and we got the South that should be eyeing up the program tonight. Yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on there.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm getting some love from my Great Dane right now.
Missed ya. Or smells a place. I was like, how come you didn't take me?
Right.
So let's get into a few things. Who originally started up the Dimensionals Encounter Paranormal group?
That would be me.
Okay.
It was me and a couple of my kids and one of my good friends, and we went to Edinburgh for our first location, and I was just hooked ever since then. I mean,
Okay.
just
Okay.
chasing what the other side holds for us. So
Right. Right. So before we get into the group and stuff, um, Bobby, did you have a paranormal experience to make you want to get into stuff? What really got you into it besides Edinburgh?
I've experienced stuff all my life.
Oh,
I guess the first one is the same story that a lot of people give. Um, Sleeping at night, had a dream that I was talking to my grandmother, woke up and my parents said that she had just passed away. So, but I've been fascinated ever since then. And I think I was like 7 years old at that time, but I've
okay.
experienced a lot of stuff over the years. I
Okay.
mean, I had family members that had houses that were haunted and they just called and, oh, that's George. I mean, just the normal stuff that you hear when you're growing up. So, it's
Did any
made
of the
me
shows have any?
fascinated ever since.
Yeah. Did any of the shows have any influence on you at all?
Well, yeah, I mean, when the shows started happening and you started seeing more and more of it, that's when I was like, oh, well, that'd be kind of fun to actually do that. I think the very first one I watched was Ghost Adventures when they were still, I can't remember the name of what they were, but they were still doing like YouTube videos.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago, but
Oh.
at that time I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do it. But then my buddy had a sister that had a group, so we went with them once, and ever since then, that's it.
Wow. That's cool. Um, Rob,
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, I forget your
that's
wife's name
Judy.
again.
Miss
Judy.
Judy Tude.
Miss Judy. Sorry. I apologize. Too many names run through my head. So what got you guys into the paranormal field, and what were your experiences that really said this stuff is just, yeah, this is real?
I'll let you go first.
Well, like Bobby, I grew up with it. My father was a medium and helped a lot of people while he was here alive. And I had a few things happen there growing up. And then later on, I had premonition dreams, and I've had spirit appear in front of me a few times and or speak in my ear a couple of times. And so I've had some experiences. So,
Rob?
So I've had when my grandmother died, I woke up and went and talked. I knocked on my parents' room. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, "I think Grandma just died." I got sent to my room. Once I hit the bed, the phone rang. She had passed away, and we've had that. I had a visitation from her at one time, but to be honest with you, I really kind of buried everything.
Hmm.
And then it was about 8 years ago. I guess it was about 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago. One of Judy's coworkers said, "Hey, let's go to a haunted house," and
oh,
I'm like, I don't do haunted houses. And she says, "Well, why not?" I said, "Because I swing at people. When they jump out at me, I swing, right? I'm the
Yep.
guy that I put Judy in front of me. She's, 110 pounds soaking wet. I take my thumbs, I put her in her belt loops, and I hang on, right? So if someone pops out, I just hold her up and put them out in front of me, to stop them,
he does.
you know?
Not even kidding. He does.
And she looked at me and she's like, "Dude, you're a jackass. I don't mean a haunted house. I mean, let's go to a haunted house." And I'm like, "Don't believe it. I don't believe in it." And then, and I put up this big show, like, "I don't want to go, blah, 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 blah." And she says, "What do you have to lose?"
Right. Right.
And I
Hey,
went,
Greg.
"I guess I don't have anything to lose." So we went there, went to the Belisca Axe Murder House, and I had my shirt pulled a couple times. I had my pants pulled a couple times. I went up to the kids' room. I stood in the doorway, and the doorway kind of opened up, and I was like, "That's kind of weird." I jump up and down the floor. I'm moving stuff, and finally I just went, "Can you close the door, please?" And it closed. I was like, "Oh my God, holy shit, this shit's real. This has got to be real." And from there, then we went to Malvern, and then yeah, that was the beginning of where I've actually sat down and said, okay, this might be real.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good stuff, though. That's what people want to hear, and because there's a lot of people out there that really doubt how if this stuff even happens. I still have the same people ask me, "Are you sure this really happens?" And there's a guy at work that I work with, and he's like, "So how was your weekend?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude." And he's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have to have you come along with me sometime."
Right.
So, hey Penny, hey Greg, welcome to the show. And where's Argo again?
It's in Crofton,
Argo is
Nebraska.
Crofton, Nebraska. Yep.
Okay. Denise wanted to know. Um, so now that you got all this experience going on, you guys are going to these locations. How did Bobby and Rob? How did you guys get together to do the Dimensionals Encounter Paranormal?
I was running out of a building and I slipped on a banana peel and Bobby picked me up.
No.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Where you going, boy? Let's go back in. I'm like, no, I don't want to go back in. I don't want to go back in. He says, Kool-Aid, let's go. That's how we met.
Yeah. No, not quite. Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close, but not quite.
Yeah, I got invited to go with a friend of mine's team, and I never met the entire team yet. You know, I only met a few of them. And when we went, when I went with them, I had a lot of cool toys, and Rob walked in and went, "Ooh, I want like four of everything," you know. And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll make it some." And then ever since then, you know, it's been I walked around with him, and it was probably some of the best experiences I've had. You know, I mean, we started walking around, and every time he'd get chicken skin, goosebumps, his hair would stand up. I'd bust out a voice recorder. We'd 9 times out of 10 we'd capture an EVP.
Mhm.
So I was like, wow, there's something to this, you know. And I mean, so I started inviting if he wanted to go with us, and yeah, ever since then, it's just been. I mean, he ain't getting rid of me. So
Actually, what it was is I had a tumbled crystal and I put it on a necklace. I kind of threw it and he went to grab it. I snatched it back a little bit. And he came closer and it was kind of a fishing expedition. No?
No.
Okay.
Well, but the thing is when you know it feels good and it's right. That's when you know you got a team that's like, yes, this
yeah,
is we are meant to do this together, and this is what brought us together. So, and that's a good thing because how much teams change and go through changes and stuff like that. It just yeah, pull a beard. Um, it's just sometimes it's unfortunate how much teams do change.
yeah,
And when you get a team that can just stay like that constant, it's a great thing.
Well, I think a
So
right,
lot of that too, though, is the change isn't necessarily change for bad thing. A lot of times people actually grow with each other. Their capabilities grow, their knowledge grows, their awareness grows. I mean, everything. It, there's a reason for it.
yeah,
The
right,
downside to it, like you're kind of leading to, is sometimes it leads to there's different types of people. There's some that are there for a season. There's some for a lifetime, and some for a couple days. So
right.
take the blessings when they're there, and when it's no longer working, you know what? Stay happy and do what you do.
Right, exactly. And it's like, well, the changes that have been going through lately. But and I'm pushing forward, uh and with the people that I was with this weekend with Small Town Paranormal, Wayne, John, and Abby, there's something there. We got something there because it's like we all get along, we all can joke around, but when we need to get serious, we get serious. And I think this is going to be a very good thing to start out with. And I know
So
you
nice.
already.
so you have a comment from Miss Crystal down here,
Hmm.
and so the tugs on my pants and shirt and stuff like that. That, you know, that was just kind of a, you know, whatever type thing. And I never really took all of this seriously. But I won't go into the huge story because it turns into a love story. And it's for the guys that are listening, it's pretty gross. And for the women, you're going to like it and everything. But
Careful, she's right there.
All right. No, I don't mean that kind of love story. I mean, it's a love story, right? I got nearly pulled completely off my cot at Malvern Manor. And I had spirit follow me home.
Mm-hmm.
And it picked me up in my bed several times. And I went from the Lord's Prayer to cursing and throwing hands. And my wife was like grabbing me, going, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I'm like, I either talk to God or the devil. I'm not sure which one it is, but it scared the shit out of me. And you know, and then from that point on, where the love story is after some time, a couple mediums and a lot of digging, we found out who it was. And the love story is that a spirit wanted me to find his wife.
Oh.
He died in 1963. Come to find out, she ended up dying in 2018. And I got goosebumps right now. Hello, Hap. And holy shit, this one's good. But after it took a week and a half of actually, once we got details and everything together, it took about a week and a half to find where this person passed away and where the grave was. And the amazing part of this is we went from who he was, found out who she was, found out when she died, found out where she died at. I ended up talking to her granddaughter at the place that she passed away at, told me where she was buried, but didn't know where. Searched the entire cemetery, couldn't find her. On the way out, we found some locals that were there. They're driving up a little side by side. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ask them, you know, maybe they can help me out. They said, well, it sounds familiar, but we're not sure where it's at. And I said, well, I have no idea where it's at. And I've been up and down this thing. I can't find her. They gave us a call 2 days later. They called our hotline. Conventional Encounters, may I help you? It was Bobby. And they left a message saying, hey, we found her. She's at this location.
Yep.
She said that they're in the northwest corner, second row in. And I was like,
4 rows in. Yep.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's where I was parked. Because when I was driving around, I got the goosebumps. I said, hey, I got to get out and walk around. And I walked around for about an hour, couldn't find her, went back in, started to drive off. And I said, no, you don't give up that easy. Turned around, I went back out, couldn't find her. And then that's when we got the phone call after that. And yeah, we put the whole thing to bed, found her, found him by, sheer coincidence, right, Bobby?
Right. Yeah. Coincidence.
So basically the way it all ended up, I went out and I put my hand on there and I figured if dude could follow me home, he could follow me there. And I said, look, This is the story. This is the story. I'm not going to hold back. This is just the truth. These are the facts. You died 1963. She remarried in 1970, sold the place, married another man, bought a new place, built it from the ground up to live the same dream that you two started. And here it is, folks, in 1970, which I've never heard of anybody doing this. And I don't remember anything I've never seen it until like 2000s. She hyphenated his last name with the new husband's last name in 1970. And I sat back and I was like, that is some true love right there.
Yeah.
I don't care if she married, remarried, whatever, that woman still loved you. And she was there. She was where she's at now. I don't know. I don't know why they haven't crossed paths, or maybe they have and just didn't say anything. Maybe it was a test. I don't know. But that's what truly got me to believe in the stuff that's happened. You know,
we still think it was kind of a test because we're sitting there looking at hers, and then something told him to look up, and he looked up, and like not even 2 rows behind that one was his, right there. I was like, oh, well, that's pretty crazy. So to me, it seemed like he knew where she was. He just wanted to give him a test to see if he could follow directions.
And then we have the this under tall person on our team, she kind of has these abilities where she can see things and talk and, you know, all this other telepathetic stuff. She starts laughing, and I'm like, this is an emotional moment here. I've got tears rolling down my eyes. I have my hand on some ladies that I've never met. I have my hands on her tombstone. Why are you laughing? She says, like, I got a message. And I'm like, for Christ's sake, just get it out already. And she's like, well, Hap said, quit crying, boy. And I was like, boy, really? I'm 55 years old. I'm no boy.
Yeah.
And then she said,
That was pretty funny.
you know, the next one is the next message was, we got work to do.
Yeah.
Look left, look up, look left. There it was.
Wow.
Gross, right? Love story.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it was amazing.
But it wasn't a me thing. It was a team thing. It was a team effort. I don't know how to do that magic pull shit out of the air stuff. I just can't do it. And
Right.
with the work of a couple people on the team, the entire team, we all put it together, and I just kind of did the legwork on actually going out there. Only because I live right here. Everybody else lived far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier for us, just a little bit.
Right.
Several hours driving easier.
Right. So Bobby, let's get into paranormal investigating styles. What is your style of investigating?
Well, I guess I'm what you call the tech guy, because I like to capture everything that happens. So I try my hardest to use all the equipment, get a bunch of cameras, get a bunch of audio going. I mean, I really want to capture everything that we do and make it enjoyable for people to watch if they want to watch it. You know, I want to be able to go back and watch my videos and go, oh yeah, that looks amazing. I like that. You know, because I'm not trying to do it like the shows do, but I really like it to be entertaining. So
Right.
that's why I try and do what I can to make it easier for us to actually do that. So, when we go in and investigate, we are very respectful. So when we walk into a building, I usually put my hand on it and I say, thank you for letting us stay here. You know, give us guidance, show us where you want us to go, show us what you want us to talk to, and we'll do our best. And then Rob taught me that every time you walk into a room, you know, I mean, it's not your house, it's someone else's house. So you be respectful. You knock on the door. Hey, can I come in? I just want a couple words with you. You know, if we get a message say don't come in or leave, we respect that and we turn around and walk out.
Throw to leave.
It's it's the way you got to do it, because if you know he had a saying, kill it with kindness, and you know everything that we've encountered, we've had some pretty rough encounters, and we just keep doing what we do, and 9 times out of 10 we get good responses out of everything we encounter. So
Absolutely. Rob and Judy, what is your paranormal type of investigating style?
You know, I don't really know exactly what my style is. I just sit there and try to be very observant and just try to. They've said, my team says I bring some type of calm to situations. I don't really know exactly what that means, but
You hold them
that's
together.
hard to believe since she's a squirrel.
well,
A drunken
She's
squirrel
strong.
at that.
but if I don't know,
Greg's got it right. He's got it right
Yep.
down on that screen.
I just I've had a lot of stuff like spiritually happen, and it doesn't really make me, for a better word, Scooby Doo like him, because I've seen it my whole life, and I've seen both sides, and I'm just, maybe I'm not afraid enough, but I'm just able to feel extremely calm in certain situations, and just that's me. So,
So you're the glue that keeps everybody together.
huh?
I said you're the glue that keeps everybody together.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say that we all have our. That's just one little part.
Yeah.
We all make the puzzle, put the puzzle together. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, sure does.
So, yeah.
But your strength is what really helps out a lot, though.
It's her intimidation factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 5'1", 110 pounds, but she's mean as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the second person that I'm afraid of.
But
Uh,
yeah, I just have a good time with it, and if I get to have an experience, like sometimes I like to walk off on my own and get experiences, and I do. That's the only time I can concentrate because, as Bobby said, I am a squirrel. I cannot concentrate because I feel everybody's energy around me.
yeah.
But when they're not around me is when I get a different response from spirit. So
Right. Right. No, I hear you. I hear you. And that's a good thing though, because I think that helps a lot for investigation wise too, because then you're able to pay, people are on alert, you know.
mhm.
So and everything is heightened, and that's a good thing. Um, so let's get into kind of like your favorite locations that you like to go to, and let's go top 5.
Monroe House. I really love the Monroe House.
I
Yeah,
gotta get
Bobby
Uh,
too.
Beale Manor.
Hmm.
This isn't in the top 5. I don't know exactly where. The Argo's definitely number 1 or number 2.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Klondike.
I like the Klondike.
Klondike is comfortable.
Well, that's 4. I don't know. You know, I hate to sit down and say this is the place I like the best. This is the place I like
Yeah.
the worst.
yeah,
Everywhere that we've been, we've had a good time.
except for one, but we won't mention
Almost.
Yeah,
No, there's more than one.
No,
There's more than one.
there's one I won't go back to. That's stupid painting.
But
No.
but what I mean is there's a lot of positives about the places that we've gone to. We've been to some places where living conditions and everything are just horrible, but we've had some great interaction there.
I'd say I really
Yep.
like Broadhead as well.
Yeah.
I think Broadhead's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, Broadhead's a great place.
Yeah.
It's one of my home around here. In,
Yeah.
Those are
Scottsdale.
kind of my top 5. I don't know about the other 2 peeps that are with me.
Yeah, I can't put anything into a category myself. I've been to quite a few places, and Waverly's really good. I mean, there's just so many. Cambry House. I love Edinburgh, Malvern Manor.
Mhm.
Beatty Mansion, McIntyre. I can't. There's no way that I could categorize everything because I mean they all have their own unique thing about them, and they're just every
Yeah.
one of them has something that's awesome about them. So
Right.
The McIntyre was refurbished really well and very beautiful as well.
McIntyre's amazing.
absolutely,
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Stephanie's done a good job there.
yes, she has.
Crystal has a question.
Yep. You guys investigate a coal mine.
We haven't, have we?
We haven't investigated one.
I haven't, but it'd be fun.
I'd be willing to go as long as I could have a tennis racket for the bats, because I know they can't see them
I
coming
go
at
if
them.
it was safe.
Oh, your big bets will be able to do that though.
No, that's solid. The tennis rackets, the weaves, they don't see that.
They're not after you. They're
Ask
after
me how I
insects.
know.
The bats aren't after you.
Doesn't matter. They're flying at my big head.
They're eating the bugs.
Yep.
Just leave them alone.
No, I didn't have a bug on my head that night that I punched one. So no, that's not. That's not true.
With you guys, they're just animals. I
Whatever.
heard you.
It's just a tennis racket,
Now, if it's a vampire bat, I mean, do you think
Right,
those are
right.
real? They can
You
live
know the
forever.
reason why the vampire bat's called the vampire bat? It's just
Uh,
because it
because they
lands
bite you
on
and suck your blood.
it lands on animals and does that, not people.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they don't. I think they're not wanting to be near us, honestly.
Oh, suck your blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting of all the folklore that goes behind all that with the vampires and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's funny.
Vampire.
But
So
they
what do
prefer
you
certain animals. So anyway, sorry.
right? Oh no, that's fine. Um, so what are your feelings on investigating cemeteries? And do you believe that all cemeteries are haunted? Because there are some people out there that believe that all of them are haunted. And do you think there's a difference in the cemeteries that you go
Did
to
you guys hear
where
Sorry.
Sorry, it was my phone. I didn't turn the volume down. My bad.
do you think how different is it versus going to like a Catholic cemetery versus like a regular cemetery? Do you feel there's any differences?
I don't know. I mean, go ahead, Rob. You just start.
I feel like I interrupted you. You go.
No, you're fine.
That's where I got my first EVP. Bobby said, "Let's go to 13 steps." I'm like, "What the hell's 27 steps?" He goes, "No, 13." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Why? What's there?" He goes, "It's a cemetery." And I'm like, "Ooh, okay." I asked that, hey, can you give us a sign? On the recording, it says, "We're here."
Yeah.
Can I say that about every cemetery? I mean, I haven't been to a whole lot with a digital recorder, but we got a pretty cool EVP out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say if one is, I would think that all cemeteries are to a certain degree. It just depends on who you're wanting to talk to, maybe. Depending on how creepy you want to get with who you want to talk to.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, do you
Yeah.
think one religion is different versus the other?
Religion?
Yeah, like Catholic and then you got a Lutheran or all, if you want to say
I think
a
the belief.
non-Catholic into a big cemetery like Riverside here. We have it's just a huge cemetery, and then on the other side of it is a Catholic cemetery. It's separated.
So personally, I'm not into the big box religions.
Mhm.
I'm spiritual and I believe, but I'm not sure about the formalized religion.
Okay.
I don't want to badmouth any of the religions, but I think they're all kind of the same. They just believe in different things, or
Right.
from a different point of view that
Different perspective.
lines up with the same thing.
But I mean, I would imagine in any religion, there's going to be spirits in any cemetery. I don't think it matters what religion you are, or where you came from.
There you go.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I think that when you look at religion, and the way that everybody perceives it, if you it depends on the individual, right? What you believe in, how you perceive what happens after you die. Um, I think that's a preference. I don't think there's a right way to answer that, just because it depends on what you believe. I mean, if you believe that your family members are still with their graves, you can go visit them. They're going to be there.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it all comes back to your belief. So if you believe, then yeah, I think spirit, from my experience, spirit's everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. I
And
mean, you could
sometimes
be anywhere.
on who you're connected to too. Like if you're going to go see your mom or your dad or your grandma, you had that physical connection when they were here. And so I always believe that the people that we love are basically our guides and angels now, watching over us sometimes, because I can feel my dad a lot. But yeah, that's just what I believe. If you have a connection with someone, you might get an EVP more so than someone else would.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Curveball. Winston Salem Cemetery. Salem.
Let's go.
So what's that's they say it's a witch cemetery. Uh,
Let's go.
Yeah. I
you
think
guys
that's
haven't been there yet.
What's that?
You guys haven't
No.
been there yet. Okay.
not yet. Isn't that where Jesse wants to go for birthday?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or she wants to go to Salem during the October festival that they do. So
Yeah. Do you think a cemetery like that would be like borderline tough to do? Being witches in
I
there.
think it would be tough, in my opinion, from my experience. Um, there's some stuff that I don't mess with, and I mean it depends on which spectrum of what you believe in. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going.
Mhm.
I'm just not sure. Um, I'm not sure about taking my wife to a place like that since she's sensitive and the way she is.
Right.
I know she would go in a heartbeat, but I mean, it's just stuff like that's hit or miss when you're depending on what you're dealing with, like whether it's negative, whether it's positive. So
Yeah, and sometimes spirit doesn't want to talk, no matter what gravestone you're at. Sometimes
yeah,
if they want to, they want to. Just like Denise said, it depends on who wants to talk to you.
Correct. Correct.
yeah.
So let's stick with the outside stuff yet. How do you guys conduct a investigation outside, and what do you do differently versus going inside of a building?
Well, we don't bring all of our equipment when we go outside. I mean, we
Yeah.
throw everything in our pockets and go pretty light because it's kind of hard to lug 10 cases everywhere you go. So,
They have
Right.
these cool vests too. It's like these fishing vest type things that they put. I bought them, put them all
bunch
in
of
the
pockets
bucket.
everywhere.
So you saw the equipment that we brought
Oh yeah.
to that one location, and that's impossible to carry 12 cameras out there. We got
Yeah.
five static cameras apiece. We each have digital recorders that we would take out. Then you have the REM pods, the mel meters, all those other things. I
That's
mean,
the
I
best.
get loaded up and I'm like this, and I take about 5 steps. I'm like, I just need something to drink, and
A
I think I
chair.
need a Kit Kat or something.
Lots of talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though there was just one place we went to, and Bobby, where was it? At that was like a bridge, sort of like on a corner. And you said
Oh,
that
that's Vinton Horge House.
yeah, didn't we get some EVPs there?
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But I mean, all
I
those
had an
ones.
audible yell there. I could hear it. Nobody else heard it, but I heard it and it was loud. It was almost like something yelled at me for walking under the bridge. I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
Yeah,
You
So
didn't go all the way under the bridge, though, did you?
I went all the way through it.
Did you? Okay.
yeah,
I thought
Anthony
you.
was the one that walked up to the bridge and
That,
then backed up.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah. I was about to
Yeah.
say, I don't think it was. He would walk under the bridge.
Yeah.
I hear ya. I hear they're tough because it's you're dealing with all sorts of elements outside, and you don't know what's paranormal, what's not paranormal.
Right.
Unless you go Bigfoot hunting, which I'm not a very Bigfoot kind of person. It takes a lot for me to kind of really believe in the Bigfoot stuff. I'm one of those I gotta see it to believe it type deal.
Right.
So you've seen a ghost?
I have actually.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Gonna say me
Can they
too.
walk through walls?
Yeah,
That I cannot tell you.
yeah.
Because
That's
it didn't
the
happen. It did not happen to me. So if it did, I know that's one of your questions. You're like, can it do that?
That is the first thing I ask. Yo, can you walk through walls? Because I want to know.
And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
every spirit's doing the eye roll every time
Right.
he says it.
And do you have a list of those that you want to haunt? Because if I'm on it, please take me off.
And what's
Right.
really funny is when he asked that, 9 times out of 10, you hear yes coming through the RTC or something like that. So
Or-
yeah, we
Or they tell him you're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously, it's not just Bob.
you're dumb, Rob. You're dumb.
Okay, so once upon a time, we're at a place called Bill Manor. Okay,
Beale Manor. Yep.
Bill Manor. We're sitting in there. We're upstairs. It's hot. We're all in this little itty bitty room. Jesse's got the headphones on, and so I always try to ask questions to trip spirit up. What color are my shoes? Well, I'm not wearing shoes, but I'm still asking what color are my shoes, right? So I'm doing, I'm doing that purposely because I want to know if the person in the headphones is hearing me and saying that, or is it truly spirit?
Mm-hmm.
So this night I'm sitting there and I'm whispering because I'm sitting right next to Jesse and I'm like, say rabbit. Say rabbit. Tell her to say rabbit. For God's sake, say rabbit. Say rabbit. And it's about 10 minutes later, she goes, bunny. And I'm like, really? Are you serious? You can say bunny, but not rabbit, but they're the same darn thing. Why can't you just say rabbit? And then I was like, okay, fine. Can you have her say duck? And then all of a sudden, Jessie starts to laugh, and she pulls off off the headsets, and I said, what? She goes, Spirit said you're dumb, and said it like that, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I went to bed shortly after that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He got all butthurt about that.
funny.
Well, it's not the first place that have said that.
No, it comes right out of the spirit box.
And it wasn't the last either.
Dark to see.
It comes right out of there.
Yeah,
That's funny. That's
Trying to get us
funny.
to
I know,
like close
that-
together, like we like each
Yeah,
other.
but you move too much. Don't
Come here,
touch my
smooches,
chair.
smooches. Okay, I'm kidding.
He can't sit still.
Too fidgety.
Mm.
So what is let's go a little bit different off the spectrum from the paranormal. Let's go to urban legends. And what is your favorite urban legends to do? And do you like doing those to just kind of give yourself a break of haunted locations? Let's start with Bobby.
yeah, I don't really delve too much into urban legends. I deal more with real life history, stuff like that. I kind of like I like, um, the locations that have, some sort of twist with the background, you go to these places that have they started out as a poor farm. They, ended up being a hospital for tuberculosis patients. And, then it tried to be an old folks home or, just stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
type of stuff that I enjoy doing. I don't deal too much with urban legends myself. So
Okay. Rob and Judy.
You go.
What is an urban legend? I mean, I'm sitting right here. Okay, that's not a legend, but
I didn't say elderly legend.
right. I am legendary for a long time. But, you know what? The urban legend thing, I don't know. I never really pursued any of that. I mean, I guess I've just been focused on other things, I guess.
Okay. Well, we'll have to do some urban legend stuff together. I think. I find them very interesting because you
Yeah.
want to see what's fact, what's fake.
Yes.
And it's got that mystery X to it.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
would not be above going hunting for the Bigfoot. I think it would be
The
hilarious
legendary
and funny.
beard, the
I
man, the
really
myth,
do.
the legend.
We
I
went
mean-
to the Bigfoot Museum and they have all this evidence, dude. I think it would be fun.
yeah. And plus, I think it's a good breakup and mix from going to
Yeah.
haunted locations and kind of like, oh, okay, let's try this and see, is this factual? Is this not factual?
Mhm.
I get a kick out of that stuff. I find it very interesting because
It's a lot of fun.
I mean, I've learned that each state has their own Hell's Gate bridge in a way.
Right.
And why is each one so different? Is very. Hey Tracy, how you doing? And it's one of those things that I just really look into a lot.
So we have an urban legend here about Seven Sisters Road.
Okay.
Yep.
Supposedly you go out there and your car will die. It'll roll uphill. I think that's it. If you go outside, you can hear them screaming on a full moon. That I'd like to go check out, but then I'd probably start tromping through the woods trying to find out where it's at. And Bobby in tow with a digital recorder and Judy going, slow down, I can't catch up.
Come on, put her on her shoulders and just go.
Well, there's the angel too. You can't touch the statue. I don't remember where that was at.
I think Bobby walked up and touched that one.
I did.
How? It's in the middle of a fountain.
Well, he took
Because it
off
was
his
dry.
shoes, rolled up his pants.
Bobby, did you touch
The Council
the
Bluffs.
angel?
Yeah, it was dry. There was no water in the bottom, so
He tried to splash
Really?
through the water, but there wasn't any
Oh.
there, so he kicked the leaves out of the way.
I don't remember you touching it.
And then I ran. I said, "Cops are coming!" And okay, maybe that didn't happen, but it was pretty close to that.
Yeah.
That was right after we went to the squirrel cage jail. I was like, "Bobby, they're on to us. We need to run, run!" And he goes, "No, I'd rather sit here." And I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever."
Yeah, I just didn't remember him touching. I know we didn't go up into the cemetery. Why didn't we go up in the cemetery? Was it
Because you were afraid.
I was afraid. Okay.
I heard that. It was me. You can't fool a blind man. Come on.
They can't come out and grab your leg if they're dead. They can't grab you.
That's not true. I've been
It's
grabbed.
not like you're in a thriller video or anything, you know.
I think she wants to go to bed.
We're not going yet. You go to bed. You have 3 of them. Pick one.
Go to bed.
Go.
Go to bed.
She doesn't like to go to bed by herself, okay?
Go to
She
bed.
wants to make sure we're in bed so that she can go to bed. She's not missing out on anything.
She just turned around, came back, and went.
So Tracy likes to know.
Yeah.
Tracy likes to know what your favorite investigations are.
Favorite
Ooh.
investigations.
What's yours, Bobby?
My favorite investigation is one that's really active, but not, I don't mind the negative stuff because 9 times out of 10 we'll break through that shell and we'll make it a good investigation. But I don't know. One of my favorites that we've ever done, Argo, obviously, it just happened, but it was definitely one of the top. But my favorite investigation that we've done is Monroe House.
I slept so good there.
Yeah, I did too. It was so amazing. Like, I was so comfortable. It was messing with the girls all night long, and we just slept like babies.
Which
So
house
we
one
didn't.
is that? I forgot.
You didn't go.
Oh, okay.
You didn't get to go to that one, but we had some of the best activity. Footsteps above us, like footsteps going up and down the stairs, whispers when you go to the bathroom. I mean, there was endless activity at that location. I mean, it was almost like it didn't stop. So,
Kind of like how our
Yeah.
weekend was.
Sounds like fun.
Rob, your favorite investigations?
My favorite investigations are the ones that don't scare me to death, where I want to run out of the building. That's
Uh,
No, which ones? Really?
which location?
Yeah.
Oh God, there's that. I can't narrow that down. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like Monroe. I like Malvern. I like the Argo. I guess I can honestly say I don't have a favorite because I've had a good time, and we've always gotten good evidence everywhere we've gone. So, did I like the place that didn't have running water and only partial power and everything else? And if you used the restroom, you had to dump buckets, and when you got done with the buckets, you had to go to the river to fill the buckets to bring it back to flush the toilet. That sucked.
yeah, that was fun. Well, you had to break the ice first to get the bucket full.
Right.
We
So,
did.
but on that hand, we had a spirit that was big, bad, macho. You know, hey, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and turns out it wasn't like that at all. It
Right.
went from hey f you, you know, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, calm down. We're here because we love you. We're here because we care. We're here because we want to pay attention. We want to learn your story. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to learn. We want to tell your story.
So those are your favorite types of investigations.
Yeah,
Those are his favorite type.
and at the end, when I went around to do my goodbyes, well, the spirit was going F you, and I'm like, bro, we're in a chapel.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Just stop. You can make your point without cursing.
Yeah.
Stop. Well, when I went by, you know, when we get ready to left, I went, hey, Matthew, F you. Spirit box said, Rob, not here. And I was like, son of a, really? You're going to use my word? Bravo. You scored two. Love you.
Yeah.
That's
That was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Monroe House, I believe, is in Indiana, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. East Indiana.
That place is amazing.
And it's cheap too. That's the best part. It's like 175 a night.
175 a night. Yeah, that place is phenomenal.
So, so we'll get into, let's see, 1-night investigations or 2-night investigations. What is
Two.
the best benefits?
Two.
I think
Always.
you always do more on the second night because they know you're there. They're a little more relaxed with you in there. You know, I think, you know, I always think we get better activity on the second night.
Absolutely.
It's my opinion.
Oh, that's great opinion.
Ashmore had you running.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Ashmore, but we were only there for about 16 hours, and it was a long haul there. We stayed up and did what we could. I went to sleep. I couldn't make it the whole time, but I was with Kat and her team, and I couldn't do it. I went to bed. I got up the next morning. They're still going strong, and then Kat drove home, and I'm like, holy smokes, I couldn't do that.
She never sleeps.
I am too old for that.
She's one of those that will sleep for 2 hours. Okay, let's go. I'm ready for another 24-hour day.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ashmore was good. I had a good couple sessions out there. I was out there with Short Bus and Unseen Entities. And yeah, I mean, that place has got some good energy, but it's also decently comfortable too. I mean, they've got bunk houses you can sleep in. It's not really that expensive, so it's a good location as well.
It's a hell of a drive for us.
I haven't
though.
been to
And
yet.
it's out in the middle of nowhere, so you have you're far enough away from the road. There's no background noise. There's no traffic. You know, there's nothing that's gonna. You can walk outside and see the stars at night. You can see the galaxy. I mean, it's just gorgeous out there.
I'll have
When
to
we
be
were
out there.
there, we had a car alarm just go off.
Oh yeah,
We're like, whose car is that? Yeah,
we didn't have
great.
anything going on when we were there.
Interesting. And that's the one that's got the, or is it Randolph? I'm trying to think of that. It's got the nasty attic.
No, it's Randolph. It's got to be
Randolph.
Randolph because, yeah, Ashmore doesn't.
I don't think Ashmore has an attic, does it?
No,
No, it doesn't.
it used to be a basketball. Yeah, it used to be a basketball or a gym, and
Okay.
then the tornado came through and knocked off the roof. So,
Okay. I'm trying to get my places straight here. So, residential cases. How do you guys go about with your residential cases? And do you feel that sometimes they're a hit or miss? Do you think they're like sometimes not worth it? Or do you think they're all worth it and try to do more of them?
my opinion, it depends on the situation. I've been on a few where a couple people called and said, "Hey, this is what's going on. You know, I've got some bruises, some scratching, and I don't understand why. Can you come in and, let me know what you find? Um, and then we've had them to where people just want to know what it is. They have no idea, you know, and, but we like to keep those hush hush, because we don't want to broadcast people's personal lives out on anything. So if I
Correct.
do video, I do like two cameras just so we have the evidence or we can go back over it and see if there's other activity that was happening that we couldn't see. But for the most part, those sit on my hard drive. So I don't disclose anything to anybody. I've had one that was semi-active, but we also found out that it was attached to, um, the girl that lived there, and
Mhm.
um I sent her in the right direction, because I had no idea that, how to help her. um so we sent her to a Reiki master, or whatever else she needed, church, local church, something like that. I think they're good to actually give people the answers
Mhm.
that they're looking for. But um I mean, again, it's like I said, it's a hush hush thing. So if that's what you want to do, cool. I don't mind doing them, but that's not one of my favorite things to do. I'd rather go and investigate and be able to share what I experience with everybody else too. But I always
Right.
want to help people.
You
Right.
guys have only done like a couple of residential places.
I've only been on one.
Yeah, it's very few.
Mhm.
Yep.
I had a little bit of fun while we were doing it because we felt the cold air kind of moving around, and it was kind of dodging everything. And one kind of went under the bed, and I said, "Oh, this fat guy can do that too." And I went under the bed, and it kind of swirled out and around, and we had already saged everything, and we were getting ready to push it out the window. And I'm like, "Where are you going, bro?" And I'm like diving under the bed and crawling through, and about that time, the person came in with the sage, and that we had opened up the window, and I crawled back under the bed, following the cold air, and straight out the window it went.
Mm.
It was
He was
pretty
on
fun.
one he was on one side, I was on the other, and we're both sitting over there with voice recorders, and it was pretty funny.
That's interesting. Interesting.
Anytime that you can help somebody like that, I think
Yeah.
it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Um, but we also have to understand that we have limitations on what we can and can't do. And
Right.
if it's something that we don't think we can do or shouldn't do, I mean, that's always that's out of our league, but we can find somebody who can.
Mhm. And that's
Mm.
just it too, because I had my first one, and it was like one and done for me because it just didn't go the way how I wanted. I had things set up, um, and it turned out that all they wanted to see was what our equipment what it did.
Right.
We were basically their show,
Right.
and that was very discouraging for me to deal with that. But in the same instance, it's hard to just say, okay, wash your hands with it, you're done. You can't, because it's like you still gotta make sure that they're got their answers and give them to another team that have more people to do what they're wanting to do. You
Right.
know,
Right.
Tracy
so
says
that's one of the things I just can't leave them hanging.
Yeah, we did have one that we did that um the ladies just wanted to know what it was. And come to find out, we had the RTC going, and she was asking questions, and these answers were coming through the RTC, and it came back to, she started saying that, certain things, stuff was coming through the RTC that was like personal to her. And then all of a sudden she started tearing up, and then we come through, and you could hear something come through saying, saved you, fire, blah, blah, blah. And then she came out and told us that her grandfather had saved her from a house fire when she was a kid, and he called her Pipsqueak or something like that. And um, that was that was pretty amazing that
I've
all
been
that
crying.
came through. Yeah, well, there was a lot of emotions going on at that point, but she just wanted the answers, so she got the answers that it was her grandfather that was still hanging around, and so she didn't feel scared anymore. But that was the main reason she wanted us to come. So,
mhm, that's
So
pretty.
Tracy's got a place for you guys to go to when you get time.
Yeah, she says go
hell
to her
yeah,
farmhouse.
I'm down.
Foster's from Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Someone's got to learn to speak German, I'm assuming.
Google Translate.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
On my phone.
I wish I was that smart. I'd have been like, Sprechen Sie? Nine.
We'll have to talk to Tracy, find out where this farmhouse is. Fun.
So, well, let's see here. Oh, okay. So I got some fun questions for you. What is one object in the whole world? One object, can be anything in the whole world, that you never want to be haunted.
To be on?
That you never want to be haunted.
Oh.
St. Louis, she said.
You don't want to be like a place where we don't want to be haunted?
Object. What's one object? What's one object in the world that you never want to be haunted? It could be anything.
And I'd say my bed, man. I need peace there. You know?
Wow, I'm dumbfounded.
What?
Right.
Because
What would you not want to be haunted?
my house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
That was
true.
going to be my answer. My
And
house.
the toilet. Denise says the toilet.
Well, Denise is right, because that's the number one answer. That's the number one answer.
I agree on that one, Denise.
The strangest one I've ever had was, and this was without hesitation. This was on a radio show, and I asked this question, and they said that their butt plug.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Well, I guess if it was inflatable, that would just be really bad.
that's deep.
Sorry, it comes out. I'm sorry. It just came out.
Is that's inflatable?
I don't know. I would assume.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Very deep. And I was like, holy cow, you want to think about that again? He said, nope, it was right there.
You go, hey, look, see?
Wow.
Hey, Farmer, how you doing? That was just wow. So on the flip side of that question, what's one object that you would love to be haunted?
I'm not saying that.
Do it.
No,
Do it.
nope,
Wow.
not happening.
A what?
All right. Here's a good one that's not too risky. I'd say maybe an enemy's house. I'm just kidding. Just joking. But maybe fun. What?
Wow.
Why wouldn't their house be haunted?
Wow.
It's called karma.
Right. Say it.
I mean, hey, you know.
You're next, Bobby.
Man, I don't know. Hard to follow that. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard for me to answer that because everything's haunted. I mean, there's spirits everywhere. It doesn't matter. It's all, we're all energy. Every spirit I feel is energy. So I don't know one object. There's no way to pinpoint an object. I kind of want to hear what Judy has to say, though.
I'm good.
I would love to say that Walmart is haunted. I'm pretty certain that it is, right? But I'd just love to go in there and go, oh, boy, I do say holy shit when I go in there when I see things.
Yeah,
you know?
Denise.
Yeah.
Sorry. Disagreeing with Denise. Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe their bike. Sorry.
Wow, how long have you been holding this back?
I just let it fly now. I don't care.
Someone hurt you.
Hey, you don't never have to get even with anyone. it's called karma, and sometimes you get to watch. You know.
Better watch out, Rob.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's two people on this planet that I'm afraid of. One is my mom, and the other one's her, and they're both under 5'5".
It's all going to air out right now.
You know. Okay, sweetie, you gotta breathe. Breathe.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
There's the Judy we love.
So here's a tough one now, and this is gonna involve with Jess and Judy, and it might be very tough for Rob too.
The other questions were tough.
What is one object in the world you would never want to hold?
To hold?
To hold.
Man,
That doll at the Stevens Center.
The Stevenson building? Which one?
Building, yeah.
Which one? You talking about Charlie, or are you talking about
The creepy one where I was sitting there.
Peace Bottom?
Yes, because it was looking like this, and then after about 20 minutes, it was looking like this, and I'm like, bro, stop looking at me. And it kind of, I mean, just like super slow. And I look at Bobby. I said, is that head moving? He's like,
It was moving.
Is that the one with the chains on it?
Yes.
Okay.
in a glass case.
Yeah. Wrapped in chicken wire and barbed wire. Yep. That. Yeah.
I mean, it started off like this, and by the time we moved, and it was kind of like,
yeah, every time you look back at it, the head, yeah, it was quite funny.
Wow.
But yours, Bobby, what do you not want to hold?
Yep.
Probably the same thing, but the other part of me, I've got the other part of me that's like, yeah, hold it, see what it does. I'm the one that I hear a noise, I'm gonna run towards it. So I mean, I saw a few of the serial killer objects, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, "Oh, I want to hold that." Give me, I mean,
Oh my goodness.
so.
no.
But yeah, Peace Bottom, yeah, that one's rough. We've had some crazy activity come from that thing. So
Yeah. I've not been there before, and I'm curious if it's still. Do they still allow investigations there?
I have no idea. I'm not sure. I've wanted to check into that because that'd be really cool to get everybody else in there. But
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, it's the main street on there, the bar across the street, the cars going up and down. I think it would be very difficult to identify what is haunted versus what's the drunks next door.
Yeah.
well, there's a lot there that's haunted in that town, though.
Yeah.
There, with the activity that happened in that town, the trains that come through, the gambling, the mobsters,
Yeah.
I mean, there is so much negativity that came through that town. So
Yeah. Judy, we never got to you.
I don't think I'd want to hold Annabelle, honestly. I think I'd steer clear of her. Yeah.
I would.
I don't even like Raggedy Ann.
No.
What? Wait a minute, Rob. I thought she told me that you sucked with Raggedy Ann when you were little.
Yeah.
What?
You need to tell me something?
You need to tell me something. What the hell's wrong with you?
Rob,
Oh, you brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
and then he said, well, didn't what you tell me, Rob? So do you have anything you need to tell me?
We can talk later.
Okay.
Oh shit!
You weren't expecting this, were you?
No, I was.
It's dangerous to have me on here because I'm kind of tired and I just don't give a poop.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got parental advisory up there, so you can say whatever.
I
Um,
agree.
so there's a lot of them that say that they don't want to hold the stuff from the Holocaust.
Mm. Which one is that?
The Holocaust?
No, you don't want to hold the what from
The
the.
doll from the Holocaust, right?
Well, you don't want to hold anything that was part of it.
No.
Like Rob the doll or whatever that was that
The
was
German
gifted.
doll.
Yep. That, and then I mean, there's several things like a couple pendants and stuff they found, and a couple coins. And there's a lot of the stuff that I
He froze.
Uh-oh.
emotion.
There you go. He's
Look
back
how
now.
it froze. Sorry.
If I had a pen, I'd be drawing your face on my monitor. Right, I'd be like, "You froze up, dude."
Dude.
He's back.
Nope, he's not.
Oh, yep, he did freeze again.
Spirit
Yep.
has him wrapped up right now.
Oh, dude, you're doing it again.
Is that just Rob freezing or?
What?
What? You're all on.
Okay.
He's frozen again.
Are you froze again, Bobby?
I don't
can
know.
hear
I
his
don't think so.
I can hear his
Move.
voice though.
Yeah.
Go like this. Go like this.
Move your head.
Yeah, he's.
You're frozen, bro.
Denise says the room of shoes at the Holocaust Museum is very sad.
Yeah.
I've been there before.
Have you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I don't know if I want to venture into that
The
spot.
sadness from it, I mean, it's just so sad. You know, I don't know if I would want to feel that.
I kind of wonder if,
There you are.
I kind of wonder if when people go visit the site, if they still can smell the burning sensation.
Hmm.
The skin, the hair, all that stuff. I wonder if it's just permeated into the.
I don't know if I'd want to. I get smells from people that I've known that have passed. I don't know that I'd want to smell that either. Feel it, smell it. I don't think so. It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
You know, what human beings can do to other human beings is just, it boggles me.
Right. So we got one more question for you. Do you feel that the paranormal field is going in the right direction, or it's got some things that need to be fixed, and what needs to be fixed if you feel it needs to be fixed? Rob, want to go with that one?
So
Rob?
I would say that the manipulation and the doctoring of evidence and stuff like that. There's a lot of teams that manipulate videos, and you see it on TV all the time. Like, ooh, that one show, it's like, oh, we got the doors moving, but there's somebody moving them or stuff like that. I think that needs.
Yeah.
Let's be legit about it.
Yeah.
Now I understand that that's not going to sell TV shows and everything else, but I think people out there want to see what the real thing is.
Yeah.
We did an event this last weekend, and some of the comments were like, well, this is a lot different than what we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But we also laid out that expectation. Don't think it's going to be like TV, because you can go to some locations and spend 2 days there and not get a single thing. Or you might walk into a place like Edinburgh, like you had this last weekend,
Yep.
and have everything start from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we can unite, communicate, and all be on a level playing field, and not try to do things for popularity and everything else, I think that's what needs to be fixed.
What do you think, Bobby?
yeah, I think that the biggest thing is, people are doing this for popularity. I mean, I don't we don't care about being popular. I don't care if anybody watches what we do. It's nice to share what we do and some of the stuff we've captured with the rest of the field that wants to hear it and wants to see it.
Hmm.
But you know, I think the popularity contest needs to stop. And we, you know, para unity is. I agree with a lot of people that talk about the para unity and trying to, you know, make it one thing instead of why. I mean, I love the differences that people have and teams have in the way they investigate, but
Right.
it doesn't have to be one. Oh my God, you're like the greatest in the world. I mean, who cares? You know, if everything that I do, that's why I share a lot of the stuff that I build. I share it. I don't sell that stuff. I
Hmm.
don't, you know, but I get why some people do. You know, that's their job. I understand it,
Yeah.
but I don't like to sell the stuff that I make. I like to share it with other people. You know, I just believe that if I catch a piece of evidence and, you know, I show it to somebody, I get good and bad criticism on both aspects of it, you know, regardless of what it is. I want to know what, you know, their opinion of what I did wrong or their opinion of what I did right. I mean, it just makes us better in this
Exactly.
field.
Exactly.
So,
Uh, Opinions are
T-shirt.
oh, yeah, t-shirt. Opinions are very great in this field that we can really express to agree to disagree. But then for those, like I said, they think they're right all the time about everything, and there's no way to change their minds.
right.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, it's always fun to go with a different team, and like our team will split off and go hunting with another team, and the other part of
Mhm.
our team will go and then collaborate evidence because you're never, ever, ever going to get the same thing someone else does.
Right.
If you do, great, but chances are it is just not going to be the same. Even when
Right.
we go back with the same people, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, and I like that when the location just it switches it all up. And I like that.
Hmm. Greg's
Keeps
wearing
you
a
Ultimately,
on your
I always like to go back with our team, regardless of who we go with. I always like to go back with our team because I know what our team does.
Mhm.
And when we go back, we usually get some really cool evidence
hmm
um, when we go with our team because we know what they did and we know what we did. But once we get together, it's like, oh wow, yeah, this is what it should have been. But you know, I mean, it's always fun to go with other people, but it's still, and this is family.
Yep.
We always have the best time when we go with our
Well, we
Right.
family.
do.
So
That's for sure. Yeah, and I think also, Bobby, I agree. Like sometimes if we go back to the same place, and the spirits remember us, I really think that sometimes they interact more with us because they remember that we were there before.
Yep.
right,
Yep.
I'm really interested to see what happens when we go back to Klondike the next time.
Mm-hmm.
right,
We went this year, beginning of the year, February, right?
yep,
And we had a spirit that wanted a prayer. We did a prayer and we caught it on the XLS. It came in, it gave its name, it sat down. I did a prayer, it stood up, and then Bominos, it was gone.
Mm.
Um,
yeah. It
we
like knelt down right beside Jess as she's doing the Estes and asked for a prayer. Rob started doing the prayer. It knelt down and put its hands up, and then as soon as he said "Amen," gone, just
up it
disappeared.
went. But what was really cool is we went with Paranormal Exposures. We went out there and we were talking and stuff like that. And one of the spirits, I asked if you know who I am because it only been like 2 months, and there was kind of a pause in there, and then the dowsing rods crossed, and I said, "Do you know what my name is?" And then my name came through on a phone app that they were using downstairs,
Mhm.
and you could hear it crystal clear, and it was like right. Do you know what my name is? And it says, "It's Rob." And then so we had like a triple verification of stuff that we had done like 3 months before. And then in the tub that last night, I went up there and I sat down, and I just wanted to see what I could feel because I'm not good at the Estes experiment. I know that I suck at it. um, I have flight line ears, 23 years in the Air Force, flight line, stuff like that. You just miss tones. And I picked up, two specific phrases, but they heard a couple other things and they asked questions, and that kind of led into one of my other things. And so I'm really interested to see what that's going to be like when we go back.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Taryn, welcome. She just
Yeah,
Hello,
hi.
Taryn.
comments. Hopefully you're having a good Monday, Taryn. So we'll wrap things up a little bit here. So how can people get a hold of you, and that way if they want to get in touch with you, do investigations with you, and where are you all available on?
I usually refer everybody to call 911 and ask for Bobby.
Yeah. No, we got Facebook, YouTube. We have an Instagram. We don't do much on that. We've pretty much got all the social platforms, but we don't do TikTok. But
Right.
we, we do everything else. But you can get a hold of us on Facebook anytime. I mean, we answer everybody's question. There's sometimes it takes us a little longer, but we do have a Paracon coming up. I'm pretty sure we're going to be attending that. It's on October 5th. But yeah, we'll have a table there. Hopefully, some of you guys can come out and come check it out because it's going to be a good time. There's going to be a lot of teams there, a lot of famous faces in this field, and it's going to be fun. But we usually do an investigation once a month. There's sometimes it's a little more, but usually it's just once a month. And we try and go live. We don't always succeed. It depends on internet connectivity, but
Hey, where's the Paracon at? I don't know the name of the town. That's some of the questions on your app.
Yeah, it's Rock Island, Illinois. It used to be the YMCA.
Right.
Now it's known as yeah, I can't even remember the name of it now, but um, yeah, it's Rock Island Old YMCA. I think it's called Vinar Furniture.
Right.
It's what it's on the building. So
Yeah.
Rock Island, Illinois.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rock Island, Illinois.
So if anybody wants to come out and take a look at our T-shirts and our tumblers, they're pretty sweet. Or better yet, just want to come out and look at the beards. We'll be there.
Absolutely. So you got Rock Island coming up. What else you got coming up?
Malvern in October, and then we have Broadhead in November.
What time is that in November? Because I believe I'll be joining you out there. I believe.
Ooh, I don't want to lose you guys, but let me look.
I think it was like the 17th or something like that.
I think we're mid. I'm gonna have to talk to my people about the dates. Hey, Bobby, what dates are we going out there?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I don't want to close this thing out, but I will post everything. You can go on our stuff, and
Hey, Jill, how you doing?
I'll post everything up on our Facebook page so that way everybody knows what we're doing.
Nick Belay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely. I might have a few other people that might come with me if that's okay.
Yeah.
I am talking to.
Hi, Penny.
Hey, Penny. Small Tall Paranormal. They've been out there Broadhead before, so I might have them come out with me if they're available, and probably a couple extra 2 other people, but it won't be. I'm not sure about those other 2 yet.
Hey, if I could throw something out, we have a couple viewers that are watching that was with us this weekend.
Okay.
I want to apologize. I said that we were going to go live on that, and we were doing an Essence experiment, and it really got kind of personal. Some personal points of view and things that probably shouldn't have been aired, and so we kind of just pulled away from that. So I do apologize. We do apologize for not following through with going live, but you guys have our number. If you like and follow, you'll get a notification and you'll see it.
Yeah. We'll have some stuff posted because we do have some video, but that way we can edit out all the stuff that's personal and that we don't want to air. But
Right.
we will have some stuff out there. We just got to go through all that stuff. So
Yeah, sometimes it gets hard to go live.
yeah.
Good night. It's been nice talking to you guys.
Night,
Absolutely.
Judy.
Good night,
I can't
Judy.
hear no more. I'm done.
Now we can talk.
Whatever.
Let's get the real conversations going.
Yeah, it's it does get hard to go live. I do the same thing. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go live here, and also I'm going, oh crap.
Right.
We get
Yeah.
it right into it, and it's like, do we gotta stop so we can go live? And then all of a sudden, bam, nothing happens anymore.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know?
I gotta throw props out to the people that supported us last weekend. We had
Yeah.
a bunch of people that came out. They really wanted to learn. They were very, very receptive, very, very kind.
Yep.
And this was our first time doing this, so we're kind of like nervous, going, you know, how are we going to do this? What's the path? What are we going to do? And they were very supportive, and I had a great time this weekend. So I want to thank them for coming out and
Yeah. It was
us,
phenomenal.
and getting to know us. And we had people there with at multiple levels of experience doing stuff, you know. So I just thought that was pretty amazing.
And
Awesome.
Jennifer and Maisie and
Oh my
Kim
gosh.
and Mandy. I mean, oh my God, if you go there just to go there to get away,
Mhm.
the place is gorgeous as a bed and breakfast. I mean, they did such a good job. I
Right.
can't thank them enough for what they did for us. I mean, that was just incredible that whole time.
The wine help, it said. So we'll come to a close here with the episode. We'll have you guys back on again. I always like to have people come back on.
Awesome.
Maybe I can get Jess on next time. So
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have a special message that you would like to leave with our folks online here in the chat room? And just kind of leave them with a cool message.
You got something, Bobby?
go ahead.
So whenever I do a post out on Facebook or anything like that, and this truly comes from the heart, and it's love, light, and keep investigating.
Good. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
I'll
Bobby?
drink to that. It's just water.
Mine too. Mine too. Bobby, you got one? Or you
Same
go with that
thing.
one?
That's kind of why I let him say it, because that's what we say. Love and light, and keep investigating the haunted locations. I mean, we always want to pair unity, man. That's what we want to do. We want people to come together and help each other instead of hurt each other. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you think great minds come together, a lot of great stuff happens.
Yep.
So, all right, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back in about a couple weeks. I have Nick Moorhead will be on in a couple weeks with me. So you have just a reminder, you've been watching the Paranormal Brew on Facebook. You've been watching BB3 TV on their YouTube channel and MGS Paranormal on my YouTube channel. And for Rob B3 and Bobby Thomas, and I'm Darren. So long, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.